Hello, my dear serious aspirant for the government job. I know you are most serious, that's why you are watching this video. Welcome to iExamB for 50% faster preparation. In this video, I am going to talk about when, why, and how about this PayTM bank crisis. You have already watched, maybe you have already read so many things, but in this video, I am going to talk about what are the expected questions. Also, I will tell you where you are going to find more questions which you can expect in the exam. In this video, I am going to help you in answering some of these questions. मैं गारंटी नहीं दे रहा हूँ कि सब आपको परफेक्ट आंसर मिल जाएंगे, बट यू विल डेफिनेटली एबल टू पॉन्डर मोर अबाउट दिस. कैन पेटीएम सर्वाइव विद दिस क्राइसिस? इज दिस ए क्राइसिस फॉर द फिनटेक इंडस्ट्री? और ये खाली पेटीएम का प्रॉब्लम होने वाला है? आरबीआई का एक्शन, इज दिस वेरी एक्सेसिव? इज दिस वेरी सडन? What are the key things to learn for exam, both MCQs and descriptive part, and specifically for the interview purpose? You know, recently RBI stopped PayTM from accepting fresh deposits and making credit transactions starting from the 1st of March. The news has always been there in all the media, and this comes after an audit report highlighted persistent non-compliance with the supervisory concern within the bank. This decision essentially bars PayTM Bank from offering all of its core services, including accounts, wallets, onboarding new customer, doing any transactions. Some people are calling it like a cancellation of the payment bank license for PayTM. Questions coming to the payment bank itself, but first have a quick review of the payment bank, how these came into existence, what was the intention of RBI. In 2014, RBI formed this committee called Nachiket More Committee. Nachiket More was earlier with ICICI Bank, but later he was in the board of RBI when Raghuram Rajan was governor. Why I am mentioning Raghuram Rajan? Because sometimes it helps you in remembering. As I remember, he studied with Dr. Raghuram Rajan when both of them were in IIM Ahmedabad. A seasoned banker, so he came out with this report. Financial inclusion was the objective, and out of that, differentiated bank license were issued. Today, we have 6 payment bank. Know the names: Airtel, India Post Payment Bank, PayTM Payment Bank, NSDL, and Jio Payment Bank. Licenses ज़्यादा को issue हुए थे, but today we have 6. These are licensed under section 22(1)(a) of the Banking Regulation Act. Please remember this. So many times it is coming in the newspaper. If question comes in the exam, ये मत पूछ लेना कि हमसे BR Act पूछ लिया. Banking Regulation Act नहीं पूछा है, because this is coming in the newspaper. So it will be a GA question. Most of the people will mark RBI Act. It is not in RBI Act. RBI Act covers the functioning of RBI. All the regulation is there in the BR Act, Banking Regulation Act. So before this, there used to be universal bank. A brief of the difference between a universal bank and a differentiated bank. So universal bank is typically like SBI, Canara Bank, ICICI, HDFC Bank. Those who provide all kind of product and services are called universal bank. On the other hand, differentiated bank licenses were issued for providing specific services, maybe credit or payment, and these came after the recommendation of the Nachiket More Committee. I just mentioned you the full name of the committee was Comprehensive Financial Services for Small and Low Income Household, formed in 2013 by Dr. Raghuram Rajan when he was the governor of RBI, and the report was submitted in 2014 by the committee. So differentiated bank license, 2 type of bank, small finance bank and payment bank were issued after this. Payment bank, if you compare with other commercial bank and payment network like Visa or MasterCard, so the difference here is commercial bank do all type of activities, but payment bank make only payment. They accept a small amount of deposit. What is the amount? I'll come to that. But they don't provide any loan. And these payment network cannot even take a deposit. So they are not bank at all. They are just a payment network. Remember, Master or Visa or maybe PayU. RBI gave license to PayTM. PayTM was a company prior to that also, but it was not a payment bank. That can be another question. I mentioned about the section here of the BR Act. So at that time, 11 applicants were given the payment bank license, and PayTM Bank started from May 2017. Coming to again the point I made about acceptance of deposit. So amount is 2 lakh rupees is the amount of deposit a payment bank can accept. Now RBI says that PayTM Bank cannot offer its key service, customer accounts, to be terminated. Nodal accounts of the parent company, which is 197 Communication and PayTM Payment Services, should be terminated. Latest date is 29th February. For this, settlement of all pipeline transactions and nodal account, irrespective of the all transactions initiated or before February 29th, shall be completed by March 15th. So after 29th February, no more transaction allowed. Settlement till March 15th. Customers can withdraw or use the money from their account, from their wallet, whether it is FASTag, NCMC, or any prepaid instrument, any current account with PayTM Bank. Here I must tell you one more thing, that payment bank also have to maintain CRR and SLR. Their requirement of CRR is what? 25%. Yes, and 75% SLR requirement. You must know all these detail because now payment bank questions can be more in the exam. So reasons behind these actions is PayTM Payment Bank has been facing RBI scrutiny since 2018. ये नई बात तो है नहीं. There have been issues of KYC norms, which is very, very critical. I am telling you, you will feel and you will find most of the actions taken by RBI on banks are on KYC and AML. And then there were IT-related issues related to the data protection. Remember, this can be an exam question, particularly with handling customer data, which were highlighted in indirect ownership concern. Do you understand? ये इनडायरेक्ट ओनरशिप कहाँ है, पेटीएम में कहाँ की फंडिंग आई थी? आई विल टेल यू दैट indirect ownership stake is by the China-based entities in PayTM payments, a matter of concern for RBI, for Government of India, about the data privacy and data security. 4 times RBI striked on PayTM Bank. So this is not a sudden action taken by RBI. The central bank is against allowing any institution or banking entity to expose depositors' money to such a risk. So here, though depositors' money is very limited, but overall PayTM's importance in the financial system is quite huge. RBI discovered that PayTM Bank and its parent company 197 Communication were investigated and did not have enough barriers to protect information within the group. China वाली जो stake था, that was additional concern here. So let me tell you all these actions taken by RBI one by one in very brief. The root of this crackdown can be tracked back to early days of PayTM Payment Bank, which secured a banking license in 2017, as we discussed, despite its promising start. Following the demonetization of 2016, वहाँ पे PayTM को सबसे ज़्यादा फायदा हुआ था, because that time it was the major operator in the market. But bank faced a regulatory strike within a year of the operations, violations of licensing conditions, including breach of the day-end balances. 1. Number 2, breach of KYC guidelines. That prompted RBI to temporarily halt the opening of new accounts in June 2018. But December तक ये बैन RBI ने हटा दिया था. कुछ complaints सबमिट की गई थी. But here to understand the intention, अभी आपको बिजनेस करते हुए 1 साल भी नहीं, RBI ने आप पे penal action लिया. Strike 2, October 2021, when RBI uncovered that PayTM Bank has submitted false information, which led to RBI levying a penalty of 1 crore on examination of the application for issues of the certificate of authorization. यहाँ पर false information submit की गई थी. RBI determined that the aforementioned charges were serious and 1 crore की penalty लगाई गई थी. Strike 3, subsequent investigations, जब RBI ने इंस्पेक्शन किया, they found lapses in technology, cyber security and KYC anti-money laundering compliance in the later half of 2021. And RBI की इंस्पेक्शन ने देखा कि there is even no separate physical space for the PayTM Payment Bank and the parent company 197 Communication. तो वो दो कंपनी के बीच में गैप ही नहीं दिख रहा था, because RBI want its regulated entity, that is the payment bank, to work separately. Therefore, in March 2022, again, RBI directed bank to stop onboarding new customers with immediate effect and appoint an external audit firm to conduct a comprehensive system audit, IT system audit. Fourth one is penalty of 5.39 crore, that was in October 23, for non-compliance of its direction, again related to KYC licensing guidelines, enhancement of the maximum balance at the end of the day, and cybersecurity framework. In this one, RBI also cited failure in identifying beneficial owners, KYC issue हो गया, monitoring payout transactions, breaching regulatory ceilings, delayed reporting of the cybersecurity incident and lapse in video-based customer identification प्रोसेस. आपको एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आ सकता है व्हाट इज VCIP, वीडियो बेस्ड कस्टमर आइडेंटिफिकेशन प्रोसेस. और आरबीआई ने पाया कि थाउजेंड्स ऑफ द पैन वेर लिंक टू मोर देन अदर थाउजेंड्स ऑफ द कस्टमर. RBI found that out of the 34 crore wallet, 31 crores were inoperative. ये जो रिसेंट वाला है इसकी बात कर रहा हूं मैं. तो देयर इज ए ऑपरेशनल डिसरप्शन अफेक्टिंग पेटीएम्स बैंक एबिलिटी टू एक्सेप्ट न्यू कस्टमर्स एंड देन देयर इज ए इशू ऑफ कस्टमर ट्रस्ट. नाउ कस्टमर ट्रस्ट इज इरोडेड, कॉन्फिडेंस चला गया बैंक में, पोटेंशियली लीडिंग टू डिक्रीज इन द यूजर बेस इन द बैंक. Then there are issues related to service accessibility, customer confidence, and also seeking alternative. Though payment bank is saying that now PayTM will tie up with other banks, PayTM as a product was also there prior to the PayTM payment bank. But we are yet to see how it unfolds. I personally believe yes, the services of the PayTM will continue, but the scale will definitely get a major hit because of the reputational damage here and the regulatory concern which already has been raised. Most important point for you is the questions expected in the exam. If you have heard this video properly, tell me the answer of this. What was the primary reason behind RBI's strict restriction on PayTM bank? Choose the right one. Easy hai. This is easy one. But if you have understood it right, yes, the correct answer is B here. Persistent non-compliance and supervisory concern on PayTM payment bank is the issue we spoke about 4 times prior to this final action. RBI awarded penalty to PayTM bank. This I also told in the video. What is the maximum deposit limit for payment bank in India? And if you are reading a book, I am telling you, you will do mistake here because it was earlier 1 lakh rupees when licenses were given for PayTM for payment bank, but it has been increased to 2 lakh rupees. So correct answer is 2 lakh rupees is the deposit limit for payment bank. They are not supposed to take big deposit because the purpose of payment bank is to facilitate transactions. Third question is, what was one of the main IT related issue found in PayTM bank? This also we spoke in the discussion today. So main issue क्या था यहाँ पे? Main issue was option C. Yes, data protection concern, because one major issue again here was the Chinese investment in the company. If you remember, Jack Ma was the investor. So C becomes the right option. There are more questions, 15 questions on this topic. You can download this PDF. The link is given in the description below. You shall also go through the previous year questions for the exam you are preparing right now. SEBI notification is coming soon and RBI notification will also come. Other exams also we have all previous questions. Download that. These are the mantra to make your preparation 50% faster and make your preparation apt for the exam. Any question? Reach out to us at our email ID and phone number. Don't forget to subscribe the channel. We are here to make your preparation 50% faster. All the best.